Hello everyone, my name is Simeon and today we're going to be looking at this article titled How to Have More Willpower, Part 1. All right, so we're going to be looking at this as usual by line, just to give you a better explanation as to what the key terms mean. The key terms, when I say key terms, I'm referring to the portions in blue as well as the portions which are underlined, which we're going to focus on. All right, so let's get started. The first sentence is how to have more willpower. Simple question. What does this word willpower mean? Well, willpower means it's a compound word which has two different words in it. All right? And it means the power to say will. The power to say will. Think of it. If I say to you, I may get a new job this month, but I don't know. We'll see. Or I will get a new job this month. Where is the power? The power is in the second answer that I gave you because I said will. Think about it. How many times have you actually said, not just to yourself, but to other people, I will do something. I will succeed. I will get what I'm looking for. Think of it. Right? And there's different motivating reasons to why we say will, right? If you think about a girl who is talking about, we make up these fictional characters. But if you think about a girl who is, talking to you about starting exercising, right? And and there's two different phrases that she can use. So the first is, she tells you, I will start to exercise every day because I want to take ownership of my body and appearance. Well, that's good. That's a positive motivating factor that why she has the willpower to start exercising. Or she could say the same thing, but give you a little more information. I will start to exercise every day because my ex split up with me because he told me I was unhealthy. I will get so fit just to show him how sexy I am, and he will regret ever leaving me. So that's the second. Which one is positive and which one is negative, right? The first one is a positive because she's doing it for her. She wants to get healthy for her. She has a positive willpower. The second is negative because it's to show or to get revenge on someone else. So we want to make sure that we have a positive willpower going forward in all of our goals. It's just healthier for ourselves and for everyone else. Okay, second sentence we have is, I remember a couple of years ago, I used to get very little sleep. And I really struggled with making the right decisions. Right? So I used to get very little sleep. I used to. We hear this term, I used to. All I used to means is in the past. It's no longer, but I used to. So if we're going to play, let's play two truths and one lie. All right? I'm going to tell you three phrases. Two are true. One is a lie. You'll guess which one I'm lying about, all right? First one is, and these are personal phrases that I'm going to make about me, Simeon, all right? First thing is, I used to pee my bed sometimes. That's one. Number two, I used to be madly in love with J-Lo or Jennifer Lopez. Number three, I used to love working on cars with my father. Which one do you think is true? Which one do you think is a lie? Now, we don't know each other that well, so I'm going to tell you, all right? Actually, number three is a lie. I used to love working on cars with my father. My father loved working on cars, and I remember being in the garage for hours and hours with him, but I didn't enjoy it. It was boring for me. And so, getting to know each other, here we go. Personal stories. All right. So, really struggling with making the right decisions, struggling just means to find it difficult to do something. Struggle means difficult to do something, all right, or to face something, all right, and that's all it means. So if you think about struggle, what do you struggle with? What do people struggle with? Well, if I can think of a collective struggle or something that, collective struggle is something that a group of people struggle with. most people in North America, the continent where I come from, in 3 countries, Canada, United States, and Mexico, struggle with eating healthy foods. So because of the amount of unhealthy foods available and marketing and unhealthy attitudes that prevail in society, there is an obesity epidemic, which means that most people are overweight, which is not healthy. So they really struggle with eating healthy. All right, so let's go back to this. Let's go back to the article here. I'd be running on 4 hours of sleep. And when I was presented with something healthy to eat, an unhealthy choice, it was really hard for me to pick the healthy one. Sounds similar to what I'm talking about, right? So running on 4 hours of sleep. What does this mean, running on? Well, if you think of running on, what do cars run on, for example? What do cars run on? A machine usually has some type of fuel that it runs on. A car can run on ethanol, which is like a corn-based fuel, or electricity, or gasoline, right? And so what do our human bodies run on? Well, I can think of some things. I think of food, obviously, water, and sleep. Sleep is one of those things that we need. Our bodies need to survive. If we don't sleep, we will die. And when I was presented with something healthy to eat, an unhealthy choice, it was really hard for me to pick the healthy one. So what is being presented? All right, so running on 4 hours of sleep, not enough sleep. Generally, adults need 7 to 8 hours a night, or 6 to 7 to 8. And being presented with. Now, to present means to be revealed, or to display something, or to see. All right. So if you think of walking through the food court in the mall, in the shopping center in your town, and you look at all the different foods from all over the world, think of how many, there's a lot of food choices that's presented to you, right? But how many are healthy? How many are actually good for you? I know, not too many, not enough, right? And so it's hard to choose the healthy choice, especially when you're not sleeping that well, because then you're not making the best decisions. So here we're going on to, and a couple of years later, I get plenty of sleep, and it's much easier to make better decisions. Wow. So the change is that before I used to not get enough sleep, now I get plenty. Now I actually get plenty. So get in this context means to receive plenty sleep, or to experience plenty sleep. Get, to receive, or to experience. All right, great. So we get sleep now. Transformation, that's a really nice story to hear, that someone is now able to make better decisions because simply sleeping more. It's not that complicated, right? Generally, things aren't that complicated. So whether you need to refrain from eating something unhealthy, or you need to actually do something productive, like working on your project, getting plenty of sleep will make it so much easier, and I can attest to this from my own experience. Wow. All right. And so refrain from, I need to refrain myself. What does refrain from mean? Refrain means stop yourself from doing something. Stop myself from doing something. All right. I need to refrain myself. I need to stop myself. I was gonna cause a fight. I was gonna start yelling. I need to control myself. Think of controlling yourself, right? Discipline. This is something that we all need to have. Otherwise, we'd have chaos, right? And so, stopping yourself from eating something unhealthy. For example, you see an ice cream truck. You say, nope. Ice cream, but no, I didn't do anything to deserve that ice cream today. I didn't accomplish anything great. I'll wait till I feel like I've done better to be able to do that. That is what someone who is disciplined and controlled says. Someone who doesn't refrain his or herself says, oh yeah, sure, an ice cream, yay, great. I had another one this morning, but twice is a charm, 3 times a charm. Let's have ice cream today. Not thinking that he or she already had ice cream before and didn't really do anything that special to deserve one. Keep it a treat. Keep it something that you reward yourself through, not something that's on a daily basis. Or you need to actually do something productive, like working on your project, right? So maybe if you're productive and you give yourself, a reward at the end of that shift, at the end of working on your project, then that's better, right? So actually, this term actually, this is something that we hear often colloquially, right? Actually, it means just in actuality, in reality, in reality, in real life. Yeah. And so actually, I'm just a warning for if you go to North America, go to the States or Canada, and sometimes people use this term actually to be a little condescending, to be a little rude or mean, patronizing. And so I say, actually,